Wake up to reality, brothers. 99% of men fall for this trick. And then they wonder 3 months, 6 months, 12 months down the line why they are alone. Why? Because they signed up for a life with an illusion created by the girl. Here's the shocking truth. Most women don't want a man. They want a role to play. A role in which he is just a supporting character, there to serve her, boost her ego, and fuel her fantasy. Brothers, she doesn't want you. She wants an actor who can play the part of the hero in her movie. And if you let her, you will spend the rest of your life playing this role. You will exist to serve her desires and feed her fantasies, never realizing it was all an act. All the feelings, all the promises, all the future plans, all of it was nothing but make-believe. You were nothing but a pawn in her game. You were nothing but an object to satisfy her needs. But the good news is you can stop it right now. And the first step is understanding what's really going on. So listen up, brothers, because today we're going to expose this illusion and help you see through it. The great psychologist Carl Jung once said that the most important relationship in a man's life is his mother. He claimed that every woman a man interacts with throughout his life will only be an extension of his mother. Now, obviously, this sounds like a bold statement and many people disagree with it. But the truth is that Jung was onto something. Because in reality, every woman you meet is just a different version of your mother, reflecting different aspects of her personality. That is why you always react the same way. Deep down, no matter how much you try to convince yourself otherwise, the reason is simple. Your mother has had the most significant impact on your life and has shaped your personality more than anyone else. That is why when you meet a new woman, no matter how different she seems from your mother, deep down you still react the same way. For example, if your mother was overly critical, you will likely find yourself attracted to women who constantly criticize you. If your mother was emotionally distant, you will likely find yourself chasing after women who never seem to open up emotionally. And if your mother was overly smothering, you will likely find yourself drawn to women who are overly needy and clingy. So no matter how much you try to convince yourself that this new woman is nothing like your mother, deep down, biologically and psychologically, you know it's not true. Think about it. When you meet a woman who shares some similarities with your mother, you often find yourself reacting negatively to it. Why? Because subconsciously you're picking up on these similarities and associating them with your own mother. This triggers a cascade of emotions and memories that ultimately lead you to feel uncomfortable around her. But on the other hand, when you meet a woman who embodies the opposite traits of your mother, you find yourself inexplicably drawn to her. Why? Because she represents everything your mother wasn't, which means she represents everything you've subconsciously been craving for your entire life. It's almost like your subconscious is saying, here's everything your mother never gave you. Pay attention to this woman because she is the closest thing you will ever get to what you have always desired. However, the problem arises when you confuse your subconscious desires with actual love for her. Once you start mixing up these two concepts, you quickly begin idealizing her. Idealization, my brothers, is the main trap that leads to the downfall of 99% of men. But fear not, because we have a cheat sheet that can save you from falling into this common pitfall. Here are 5 proven signs that you are currently caught in the web of idealization rather than genuine love. Take a good look at yourself and be honest with yourself. Do you relate to any of these signs? Let's begin. No, 1, you put her on a pedestal. Are you guilty of putting her on a pedestal and treating her like a queen? Think again. This is not love, but mere infatuation. Real love involves accepting someone for who they truly are, not fantasizing about them or putting them on an unrealistic pedestal. When you put her on a pedestal, you essentially create a gap between your expectations and reality, setting yourself up for inevitable disappointment. It's okay to admire and respect her, but don't go overboard. Remember, she's just a human being, albeit a beautiful one, but that doesn't make her perfect. Number 2, you ignore red flags. Are you ignoring red flags and making excuses for her behavior? Let's face it, no one's perfect and we all have flaws. But there's a limit to what we can accept in a relationship. Love shouldn't come at the expense of your dignity and well-being. So if she's constantly late, disorganized, or flaky, it's not cute. It's disrespectful, and it's not something you should tolerate. Stop ignoring the warning signs and pay attention to them. Don't justify her actions or minimize the impact they have on you. Instead, communicate openly and honestly about your concerns and work together to find solutions. Remember, a healthy relationship is built on trust, respect, and communication. So don't ignore those red flags. Now, 3, you change your plans for her. How often do you find yourself changing your plans for her? Love shouldn't mean sacrificing your own needs and priorities. While it's important to be flexible and compromise, it's also crucial to stand up for yourself and communicate your own needs and desires. Remember, you're not selfish for prioritizing your own happiness and well-being. So next time she asks you to drop everything for her, take a moment to consider how you feel. Is this a pattern in your relationship? Are you always putting her needs before your own? If so, it might be time to have an honest conversation about boundaries and mutual respect. Number 4, you are constantly available. Are you constantly available for her whenever she needs you? Think again. This is not love, but obsession. While it's important to be reliable and supportive, it's equally crucial to have your own life and hobbies outside of the relationship. A healthy relationship requires both parties to have a balance between their individual needs and the needs of the relationship. So instead of dropping everything for her every time she calls, take a moment to assess the situation. Is this an emergency, or can it wait until tomorrow? Remember, being obsessed with someone to the point where you drop everything for them is not a sign of love, but rather a sign of codependency and potential infatuation. No. 5, you hide nothing from her. Are you hiding nothing from her? While trust is an essential part of any healthy relationship, it's also important to maintain a sense of individuality and privacy. Love shouldn't come at the expense of your own identity and personal space. It's okay to have secrets or private thoughts that you don't share with her. In fact, it's healthy. What matters most is that your love for each other is based on mutual respect, trust, and understanding. So while it's important to be open and honest in your relationship, it's also crucial to maintain a sense of individuality and personal boundaries. Remember, a healthy relationship is a balance between giving and receiving, trust and privacy, connection and independence. Now, brothers, this is the point where the veil is pulled back and you see her as she truly is. No longer the fantasy, but a mere mortal like you. And as the great Carl Jung once said, once you know who you are, you become unstoppable. But remember, knowing who you are means accepting the darkness within yourself and embracing your shadow self. It means acknowledging the negative aspects of yourself and integrating them into your personality. It means becoming whole, complete, and authentically you. It means becoming unstoppable.